With the launch of my recent video, I noticed that some people were new to the game and were actually in doubt on what 5 stars characters to save and invest while they progress into their accounts. And it's something that every Genshin player suffered, not matter what you say. We all have been there, and trust me everyone, I don't think I ever watched as many guides as I watched when I was in my early days of Genshin, so I'll not blame you all for having these doubts. In fact, I understand them, and this is why I'm recording this video. In this video, I will let you know the best 10 5-star limited characters you can save and pull to boost your account value and power. Just a reminder before the video starts, I asked a lot of people that play Genshin for a long time to know their opinion and help me gather information. I also looked into Abyss usage and tier lists to gather all this information. And, of course, my knowledge of the game was the biggest influencer on this list. So, in a way, this is my opinion after all. I'm not here trying to force you all to pull for these characters, I'm just letting you know who are the best ones you could get among all this roster. So, if you disagree and think that character shouldn't be on the top 10, this character should be there, relax. Leave your comment down below explaining your opinion and why you think they deserve to be there. And be ready to read me defending my top 10. Just as always, don't forget to follow me and like in this video. You guys have been amazing and we are growing our community slowly but surely, and I'm super grateful to all of you. All my other links are in the description, so let's now discuss who are the best 5 stars that everyone should have in my opinion. I decided to include 3 honorable mentions, and with this, I mean that they are super good characters, but I don't think they are better than the other 10 I selected. So, starting the first honorable mention, Ganyu. Ganyu is an amazing 5-star DPS, and she will never disappoint you. She is mostly used for freeze or melt teams, and believe me, she hits like a truck with every charge attack she does, especially if you are using melt. In my opinion, she is worth the honorable mention because she works well at C0 and she's super easy to play with. Just charge attack your way into the battle. I just think she doesn't belong to the top 10 because I do know most people get bored of charging attack with her, so it's worth knowing this if you are a new player and like Ganyu. And also because she kinda needs a shield or else you are being staggered every time. Just after Ganyu, we have the second honorable mention, Hu Tao. And yes, please Hu Tao mains, let me explain. Hu Tao is very strong, I know, but she has a problem. If you want her to do good damage, you need to vaporize, and using only one hydro is not enough sometimes. Normally, you want 2, so it gets hard to recommend her to new players, especially knowing that they will not have Zhongli, Yelan, Furina or even C6 Chinkyu. And I'm not even considering what most people say about Hu Tao, that she needs C1 to work well. I don't actually believe that, but compared to other DPSs I have on top 10, she will give you a little more headaches. So for this reason, she will stay as an honorable mention. As the last honorable mention of the video, we have Hu Tao's biggest enemy, Baizhu. You want someone that heals your team every 7 seconds? Baizhu is that guy. And not only healing, he also provides shields. They are a bit weak, but at least they are something, right? It's not much, but it's honest work. The reason Baizhu didn't make it to the top 10 is especially due to one thing, being focused on Dendro teams. This reason itself makes him fall a little bit. And for players without Dendro focused teams, Baizhu will only bring healing to the table, something that even 4-star healers will do as well. So, this is why I think he deserves an honorable mention, but not being on top 10. Now that we talked about the 3 honorable mentions, let's now discuss the top 10 itself. I will mention the characters from the order of the less important to the most important. But of course, it's just my opinion, and this may change with your preferences. Starting at top 10, we have Ayaka, Hoyover's favorite girl. She's amazing at C0 and she's the definition of freeze teams. Thanks to her freeze-focused playstyle, she can use and abuse Blizzard Strayer set and the Cryo Resonance, making her almost totally ignore crit rate and focus only crit damage, attack and ER. But that's not all. For new players, she can be great for exploration, and even though her best team is full of 5-star characters, she can still slam with the most basic team ever. You just need 1 Cryo or 2 Hydro and an Anemo character and you are good to go. And guess what? You get all of those characters for free. Due to all of this, I believe she's worth the 10th place on this video. Right after her, we have Kokomi. At the start, she suffered a lot of hate, but as times went by, she got better and better. She heals a lot, has an off-field application, she works super well with basically almost every team because she's from Hydro Element, and this is, in my opinion, the definition of a comeback. And with Dendro, Kokomi found her place right into the meta, and trust me, with her, you will barely see other characters die. Due to all of this, I do believe she's the most valuable limited 5-star healer of the game, providing herself to be worth of the 9th place of the top 10 characters everyone should have. On 8th place, we have our most famous, smart but lazy Husbando of the game, Alhaitham. He was the best DPS at C0 until the arrival of the new Hydro Dragon Monsieur Neuvillette. And he is lazy, but he never stopped being meta ever since he arrived. He has a great kit overall that needs a bit of mastery but nothing that you can't learn with time. And even though Dendro is the weakest element in solo damage, Alhaitham is not picky and he likes every team members that might cause reactions with him. especially Electro and Hydro. He will always guarantee you will clear the Abyss with a spread or Hyperbloom teams. And he doesn't care if you are using 4 stars or 5 stars, making him the most universal 5-star DPS for Dendro teams. This for me is worth of the 8th place of the top 10 characters everyone should have. We already mentioned him. And now it's his time to shine. Monsieur Neuvillette arrived at the meta and said, "Sit dog." He is the best Hydro DPS in my opinion, and the best DPS both C0 and with constellations. He has high damage, it's from the Hydro element, that in eyes of many people is the best element in the game, and even though he has a passive that boosts even more his damage with other team elements, he has no problem of solving things alone. He solos sustain himself and makes every other DPS cry in their bed every night. Just look at him. Clear the Abyss solo, being on 7th place and being the best DPS you can get in the game in my opinion. At 6th place we have the man himself, Osmanthus Wyant is the same as I remember. Grandpa Zhongli is stubborn as a rock, literally. While Kokomi never lets your characters die because she heals a lot, Zhongli doesn't let your characters die because most of enemies will die of old age trying to break his shield. He has the best shield in the whole game, but he's not only that, he's also a buffer, because his best set provides buff on the 4-piece and his shield reduces the resistance of enemies. And let's not talk about his burst. I know nowadays it's not that important, but seeing him summoning a meteor that petrifies enemies for a short period of time is cool as fuck. And it's due to all of this that he is on the 6th place. At 5th place we have Yelan. Yelan is amazing and she will always be a good choice for everyone, new player or not. What's better than having Shinkyu? Having 2 Shinkyus. Yelan is an amazing sub DPS, she's from the Hydro element, giving her almost infinite possibilities of team comps, and besides having a decent high damage, she's also a buffer for the team throughout her passive. She's just amazing that now we start to see that the competition is getting tight. But Yelan gets the 5th place and she should be proud of it. At 4th place, just behind the big 3 themselves, we have Raiden Shogun. And this is the part of the video where it gets super easy to talk about the characters, because they are straight up super good. Raiden is the best battery of the game, as the Electro Archon should be, but she's also a good buffer and sub DPS, helping your team not only with energy, but also with buffs and with damage. With the bronze medal, at 3rd place, we have the God of Wisdom herself, Nahida. Nahida is straight up the best character for any Dendro team, because she provides buffs, her Dendro element allows her to do the most broken reaction of the whole game, and she's a Yam buffer, something that Dendro always loves to see. She's definitely a must-have for anyone who loves Dendro and wants a Dendro team. And overall, an amazing character, and I'm so glad I got her the 2nd time, making her more than fair to hold the bronze medal at her 3rd place. At 2nd place, with the silver medal, we have Furina herself, and oh damn, she really loves to put on the show. She's the best buffer of the game actually, and she's an amazing sub DPS thanks to her pets, and she helps with something that none other character can. She allows every on-field DPS to use the same artifact, since her pets drain your team HP, so as long as you have a healer, you will probably have the most efficient domain to farm since you will be farming for Furina and for every other DPS you will pair her with. And for last, but not for least, in my opinion, the holder of the gold medal, Kazuha. Kazuha, just like Kokomi, suffered a bit of bullying in the beginning when he was launched. Everyone was calling him 5-star Sucrose. But as time went by, people started to realize what he could bring to the table. He is the best animal support from the whole game. He provides crowd control, allowing you to gather all of those annoying enemies into the Abyss. He's a sub DPS, being from the animal allows him to use 4-piece VV set, and he buffs your team elemental damage bonus by a lot. And the reason of him being on 1st place even though Furina has more buff, is the fact that he gives you all of this for the cost of only building him with EM and ER, nothing else. So yes, in my opinion, he deserves the gold medal, and this is why he's on the top 1 of my list. Of course everyone, it's worth remembering again, even though I did this video in a ranking format, this doesn't mean that you should skip some to get the best ones right away. It just means that in my opinion, some characters provide more to your account overall than others. But that doesn't stop you from pulling characters that were higher on the list, for example. This was just a video to help new players deciding and knowing why some characters are god tier and why most people use them. I'm thinking on doing a 4-star version, because there are a lot of 4-star characters on the game, but some of them are really necessary. So if you like this idea, let me know in the comments. My name is DPhoenix, I hope you have liked this video. Don't forget to leave your like and subscribe, because that do help me and motivate me a lot. Share this video for everyone you know is starting Genshin or that is just lost on who to prioritize. Once again, feel free to leave your opinion on the comments. We are all free to share opinions, but just keep in mind to be respectful and to respect others' opinions even if they are different from yours. Thank you so much for watching this video. It was a pleasure having you here. Bye bye everyone. See you all in the next video. See ya.